Hi Kules, welcome back to the channel as we analyze Barcelona's opponent this weekend, Girona. I actually got this idea from one of you guys where you asked if we're not going to do other teams on this channel. But I just think, why don't we do teams that's going to play against us, especially the exciting games in the Champions League, right? So we will be doing that from now on. Before we start, guys, this morning I got this notification that my page has been unpublished. Where I post the video, you can read there, but I did start another page because I feel like Barcelona's Facebook presence is very big and we're missing out on a lot of growth, right? As always, do subscribe to the channel. It's going to help us a lot to get this family to go bigger. We upload weekly Barcelona content. So let's start the analysis. We will be using the game against Atletico Madrid as an example, because Girona always look to press with a front two, whether it's one of the wingers stuck in or one of the free eights coming next to the striker, where they are kind of pressing like in a 4-4-2 situation. So in the build-up, Girona always look to get your position pressing from angles in order to get them to one side, and they would full on commit into their press. Because of the potential central overload that Atletico had against Girona, which Barcelona more than likely also will have if Girona can press this way, or if they do press this way, these wingers were tasked to press from an angle from the center in order to prevent the central progression, which means that totally left out the player out wide. And Girona actually has the same problem Barcelona has, because their fullback now has to come all the way, which Atletico Madrid could actually take advantage of in this situation. Atletico were able to punish Girona severely, and they could actually get up the pitch because their fullbacks are very essential in their attacking play, which we will get to, because whichever side they attack through, that fullback has to join. You can also see how Atletico were able to actually get in behind, and this is actually a chance that was created just before half-time. Even though Llorente's goal resulted from a turnover, it is evident here that the attacking play of Girona is very reliant on their fullbacks. But now their whole backline is drawn across, and you can see that Llorente could actually dribble almost the entire length of the pitch, and it did so unchallenged. As he got up the pitch, Girona kept on retreating and retreating. I know this is a wonder strike, however the tactics of Michel actually allowed him to get into that half space because the fullback were caught up high. And look at the last goal, you can see here the fullback is caught up high, and now Atletico is full in on goal because, like I said, their fullbacks are very essential to their attacking play. When defending the midface as well as their box, we do see Girona convert into a 4-4-2 situation. But this situation can also mold in a 4-5-1 with the winger coming into the space defending over here. Because Girona had a lot of trouble with Atletico because they had the numerical overload on this side right here. And many a times we do see that Atletico could get in behind. So this left-hand side is a big problem. This right-hand side of Girona is a big problem for Coach Michel. Because many a times, Lino being so central, that could easily keep the fullback wide, which means that Riquelme or Lino could easily get in behind in the situation. So I do not see Girona causing Barcelona any problems in terms of the high pressure. And also the movement and the fluidity of Alvarez, Griezmann and Lino actually had them their central overloads and actually causing this Girona team a lot of problems centrally as well. A staggering 42% of Girona's attacks do come from the right-hand side, particularly in this game against Atletico Madrid. So Balde's positioning has me worried because he pushed up extremely high. And also, if you look at Girona, you can see bulk of their players are on the right-hand side, with only 3 players left here on the left-hand side. So the focus here is definitely their right-hand side. These overloads on the right-hand side for Girona is extremely working well for them, as they can create a lot of problems committing their fullbacks forward. And you can see that you almost have like 2 players in the half space and then 2 players out wide, whether that is Romeo pushing up, also even Herrera coming over to this side. So Girona has an extreme amount of players focused on this right hand side for them, as that is how they get in behind and trying to push for overloads, where they would look to cross the ball over here. Girona is fully capable of keeping the ball as they completed 642 passes. But one stat I want you to look at is that 585 short passes. This is their combination play at its best. But they also completed a staggering 30 long balls, meaning they will go long if they need to. And also look at the 26 crosses, so Balde needs to be on his best. Now, just because Girona loves to go down that right hand side does not mean that they wouldn't use the left side, right? Where especially the presence of Daley Blind's left foot here and Herrera, who likes the crossing, they would have their wingers invert into the half space, and then Gutierrez, the left back, would go back and forward completely in order to tie up Llorente. And this is what I was talking about, the spaces that they can maybe leave, because their fullbacks are very important in terms of their attack. But even going down the left hand side is a ploy to actually get to the right hand side as well, because this would now ultimately draw the opposition all over to the left hand side, and like I said, with the left hand side, the left foot of Daley Blind and the crossing of Herrera, they would all want to get the ball over here at the back post, and Girona love themselves a good back post where they would look to get in there and look for the crossing where they would get in on goal. Now unfortunately they didn't score against Atletico in this game, but the tactics were all there for them to actually score. I have to say that Girona actually executes this back post pass or run very well, and they can get on this side multiple times, so Barcelona needs to watch out for this pass. I do think it's all going to boil down to the individual quality, and I do see us winning that battle because we do have the likes of Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and also Kubarsi with the line-breaking passes. But don't underestimate Girona, because I think they're very similar to Barcelona than we actually realize, right? But do let me know down in the comment section, what do you think from this video, where their specific struggles and negatives lie for Girona. As always, do subscribe, and I'm proud to announce, guys, that on Saturday the very first pre-match live press conference will be held on this channel, where I will be going live and talking to you guys live on this channel right here. We will be making some predictions. We're going to talk about the lineups, some tactics, key battles, key areas, weaknesses and strengths of both teams, and we're going to do it in a press conference type video, but we're going to do it live, so I'm going to talk to you guys in real time. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe as always. Thank you.